Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will present a brief summary of what was the experience on the Translational Research Bootcamp held in Taiwan from Spark Taiwan. My name is Adeline Castro, and I belong to the Laboratory of Regenerative Medicine and Stem Cell Biology. And hopefully this information is helpful for the next candidates and anyone who is interested in joining the camp in the future. So here I would like to introduce some more speakers who conduct the lectures. I would like to highlight all of them are senior advisors from Stanford University with extensive experience in translational research and biomedical startups. Some of the speakers include Dr. Gretchen here, who is the program manager at Stanford. She delivered a lecture on design thinking and drug discovery, showcased the optimization of small molecule screening. We have also Dr. Victoria, who is advisor at a Spark program and part of BZ, a venture capital firm. She shared personal case studies, some communication tools, and give a really great talk on how to use elevator pitches to investors. I believe that there are a few opportunities to receive a lecture on elevator pitches from an actual BZ mentor, so this session was incredibly valuable. We have here Dr. Dirk, who provides an essential class on pharmacological studies and drug development as well. Each of the speakers in the lecture were highly valuable. So here I present a brief overview of the topics covered. Some of the topics were TPP, Target Product Profile, which is a planning tool that guides the development of a medical product to meet certain desired characteristics. It was also covered the type of funding, including benefits from angel funding and BC venture capital, some case studies about both successful and failed projects. An important concept that was brought up was the risk in a proposal, which means that from the very beginning, from the bench, you need to keep the final goal in mind. If the development process is not planned correctly, it can lead to inefficiencies, high cost, and a high chance of failure. So the right start will lead to the right end, as stated here. For biomedical devices, it was also a topic brought up. We talk about a regulatory system. In the biomedical devices, the development process involves a quality phase, where is defined a design and target product for the patient, followed by a quantity phase, where the performance is tested. In this phase, the approval is seek. This involves some regulatory process, as the US FDA pre-market notification 510K that allows the commercialization in the American market. So each concept was new to me, and they were presented in a very simple, dynamic, and clear way that make them very easy to be understood. To present here what was our daily work and what it consisted in. So during the 3-day program, aside from the lectures, we have 3 important tasks: group interaction, exchange, and project presentations. The teams were tasked to deliver an elevator pitch for idea based on a model shown during the lectures, a model that should have been focused on a product-oriented approach to solve a medical condition. An idea, of course, that was needed to be competitive and include in a business framework. So our process began with a very intense brainstorming session where we put on the table what every member can contribute from their perspective and their own study fields, possible solutions to the problem, and then characterize our idea or our product. We assess the feasibility in terms of indication and adverse effects, and over the 3 days we work on breaking down each of these aspects related to our proposed idea. So visually, our work looked like this. Every photo is represented by days of ideas and shaping them. And finally, our product present idea on development, which was called Explaining, a tool for regenerative medicine. We proposed the improvement of decompress surgery in spinal cord injury that could be benefit from our product, which was Explaining, which consisted on exosomes derived from mesenchymal stem cells, cluster or contained in an hydrogel. So after presenting our idea, we received an award and acknowledgement from the panel of advisors, which was very gratifying, and we find as a really great reward from our 3D hard work. So as I mentioned earlier, besides the group interaction, Spark provides a space for professional exchange and collaboration. And it was a very good environment, ideal environment to meet people. And this is some of the pictures from the people who I met during my 3 days in Taiwan. Here is a picture with Ilsa. She's Dr. Ilsa was postdoc involved in the area of breast cancer and in the development of new therapies for breast cancer. Wei Hun, a PhD candidate in the same field of me, regenerative medicine. Yun Thing, a master's student working on a medical device for daltonism. So I would like to highlight that during these 3 days, not only the lectures, but this was a space for stimulate future connections and collaborations. And as well, I would like to comment that Taiwan is a city with great food and interesting experiences. So as a personal achievement from the bootcamp, I believe I hold a very important concept, which is the risking a proposal, which will be especially useful in basic research, which is a field I'm currently in. The de-risking strategies consist on creating a clear plan with a specific clinical context goals and milestones. So in my case, I'm focusing on studying the factors created by MSCs, characterize these factors, and to be later used in surgical settings. So what I would like is to finally, my goal is to translate my findings to the clinical setting. So in order to do so, my proposal must be focused on these objectives throughout its development. So I got a very important concept to enhance my current work. In medical science, we often focus on describing and characterizing problems. However, in clinical translation, the goal is to characterize solutions and identify the developing areas or the areas that need improvement. So I think also as a comment, I believe I am a medical doctor, so the ratio from physicians that are involved in clinical translation and researchers involved in clinical translation are very low. So I would like to highlight that the participation of these both groups is very crucial from the early stage of clinical translation. So I hope this message serves as an encouragement. And I think that my message for the next candidate would be that the program, the bootcamp, was a very intense but a high learning program, which I highly recommend to join. It consisted of networking, lectures, and consultations that were possible on a one-on-one basis. And it's a place for professional growth. I think the ideal candidate is a person who wants to learn. Academicians and entrepreneurs both can benefit from the program. And I think every person who attends to this program have the same goal, to make a positive impact in society. And that's what Spark about. So, as a summary and final message, the entrepreneurial process is complex but offers significant returns. Spark Global and Spark Taiwan held a high-quality bootcamp designed for professionals who are interested in startups. It provides advisory for entrepreneurial process, thereby increasing the likelihood of success of their projects. Bootcamp was also valuable for academicians seeking to gain insights in the field of translation to reassess their own projects. I'm grateful to University of Tsukuba, Spark Global, and Spark Taiwan for this opportunity, which has motivated me to become more involved in this field and to gain a deeper understanding. Thank you for your attention.